What's this? What's this smirk you got, Mr. Grossi?
Oh, nothing. You know, Perna, I got a lot of DMs and comments and super chats about your power rankings, right? And how insane they are again. But I'm not even here to talk about your power rankings. You see, because when I released mine on Tuesday, I put the Lions at 7, and I got a
Ooh.
lot of backlash about that. How could you put? They got like the second best record in the NFC. How could you do this? Then they lost to the Green Bay Packers. Oh, baby. We here.
Yeah.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is Uppy. Yes. That was beautiful.
Now with fart sounds.
That's
Hey.
it, baby. A happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy belated Thanksgiving. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about because yesterday was a day. The games were not great, but, well, one of them was. But it was...
Yeah, it was
Good
basically 3 lopsided games.
Yeah.
And if you were going to pick the first one to be lopsided, you would not have picked it to be lopsided in the Packers' favor.
20 points in the first quarter? What?
Yeah. Packers win, Cowboys win, 49ers win, all in commanding fashion. And out of all those games, I'm just a little I'm not mad, Detroit. I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. I don't root against Tom very often. I don't root against his team.
That's a lie.
But no, it is not.
That's a lie.
When the Broncos play you, and I want good things for the Lions. I really do. But dear God, Detroit, you played like butt. You played. That was, it's got to be so disappointing as a Lions fan. You got outplayed. Jared Goff fumbled the ball a billion times. And Dan Campbell went for it on every 4th down. And I don't think the Lions converted a single one. Did they convert any of those 4th downs? I don't know, Tom. I want to talk about it a little bit. I know you're happy. I thought the Packers played, 1, their best football game of the season. 2, Jordan Love looked like he's starting to figure shit out. And your ball catchers were catching all their balls, basically, you know? And here's a weird similarity between the Packers and the Broncos, Tom. You said, what would you say to start the show? You had a bunch of guys not playing because they were injured?
Oh, yeah. And it's not
Correct?
like just like it's not just like a third string guy. Oh, no, it was a scroll.
The Broncos have found a lot of very young playmakers we didn't really have on our radar who are now key pieces to the team. And the Packers might have started to figure out some of those guys as well. Denver, Jaquan McMillan, huge, impactful player for the Broncos right now. And I think Green Bay finding some of their young talent as well. And Kenny Clark had a game. Dear God.
Rashawn Gary had 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Jonathan Owens, the husband of Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Scoop and score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
I was not a fan of it, but I am a fan of watching a team I don't expect to play well, and that's what the Packers did. Detroit, stop turning the fucking ball over and you'll be okay. Maybe. God. Now I'm just scared Jared Goff's going to do this every week. You asked me, what was it, Monday or Wednesday we were talking about if we should be concerned about the Lions' turnovers after Goff threw all those picks. We just turned the picks into fumbles, and now I'm not panicking, but I have levels of concern that are not alarming, a little irritating.
Yeah, it is breaking news. Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator, fired. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday too. It's like I don't expect either of them to be there at the end of the season. I think there's enough respect for Ron Rivera. They'll wait till the end though. Jack Del Rio, they'll be like bye-bye because
I don't know why
that was a mauling.
That firing is about a year and a half too late, but nice job.
I mean, well, Rivera and Del Rio could have gone, but it's like, all right, keep him for this season. New ownership, they'll change like everything next year.
Yeah, everything's changing.
They'll make it happen. Yeah, I do want to talk about the Packers game.
Whoa, Connor, let's not knock Dolly.
I'm sorry, it was better than that crap that was during the Packers Lions halftime show, dude. That crap, that was horrible. That halftime show was horrible.
Jack Del Harlow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, maybe he'll get some playing time at some point, just as a veteran. But I do want to talk about it because the Packers, it was not expected that they were going to win this game. Talking about their injury concerns, Aaron Jones out, Devondre Campbell out, Jair Alexander out, Luke Musgrave had a lacerated kidney. He's on IR. Manuel Wilson, our third string running back, he's on IR. We had A.J. Dillon in there. We brought back Patrick Taylor, James Robinson. It was rough. It was rough going. But the Packers, there's so many cool stories from yesterday. Like Jordan Love wanted to do that bomb to Christian Watson that hit him for, I think, like 53 yards to start. And LaFleur in the beginning of the day texted him, was like, we should change that play. And Jordan's like, nope, let's keep it. And it converted. So, like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
He made some incredible throws.
And that was a Watson play because that ball's kind of underthrown, right?
Yep.
Into almost double coverage. They kind of closed in on him, but Watson just went up and stole it away. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but I remember watching it. I was like, damn, that's a nice play by Watson.
We're gonna talk about this. Yeah, and it's like the defense. Where the hell did that come from? There were still spurts of like, okay, that didn't look good, but the amount of pressure they got on Jared, there was 21 pressures heading into that final drive. Rashawn Gary had 3 sacks. Obviously, there were multiple fumbles. And, dude, like, the defense turned up. The special teams was good. I know Carlson missed an extra point, but the special teams was really good. It was a complete game on all sides of the field, which were awesome. Because we just haven't seen that as a Packers fan, 1. And 2, this is kind of giving some hope because not only did Jordan Love look incredible, but as I was telling Perna before this, I've been looking at this season week to week, right? Game by game. They got the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Not this Sunday, obviously. That's going to be a tough game. It's a play in Lambeau. That'll be a tough game. But then after that, they have 5 games to end the season. And it's not a bad schedule. The Giants are on there, the Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Bears. Like, the Panthers. That's the other team. Like, it's very winnable. Now, and going against the Seahawks, because we're competing with the Seahawks for a playoff spot. Seahawks, they got thrashed by the 49ers. They're going to play them again in a couple weeks. They got the Cowboys, and they got the Eagles.
The Packers can do exactly if what we saw last night is true for Green Bay in their ability to pressure the opposing QB. That's what the Niners did to Geno Smith last night, and their offense could do nothing. So Seattle not looking good right now, and I think that's the key to Green Bay going in there and kind of wrecking Seattle. So
I think for the Lions, I think the Lions will ultimately be fine because they do have, they only have 3 more games they have to worry about. It's the Vikings twice, and then they have to worry about the Cowboys. Those are the 3 games that they are potentially going to struggle with, right? There are some concerns, of course, with their defense, but there was concerns against the Bears too, like their secondary. And then there was also concerns apparently now about their offensive line, which I know is banged up a little bit, but that was the biggest surprise for me just to see how bad Goff looked under pressure because they were getting after him. So
I'm watching their highlights right now of
it was a good day.
Goff just getting beat.
The
Packers.
Oh, for the kitty.
Packers really did beat Goff,
Oh, they did.
They really
they did.
Goff.
Well, that's also, right? That's the Dan Campbell effect. It's like, he'll be risky and go for it. He'll do fake punts, but if they don't get there, then like it's like, oh, it makes losses look even worse. And Dan Campbell came out and said like he wasn't panicking or anything like that. And again, I think ultimately they'll be okay. But again, there just are concerns for them going forward, and they better make sure that they finish strong, or you know, maybe
Yeah.
they won't do so well.
We saw the 49ers hit a slump this season as well. Struggled in a similar way where, right, they don't have Trent Williams in there, Deebo Samuel's out, and they just kind of got dominated up front. They couldn't really do much offensively. I think that'll change for the Lions. I think their line will re-gel. I do want to talk about this Dan Campbell thing because I saw a lot of people on Twitter suggesting that, you know, if Brandon Staley was doing the same thing Dan Campbell was in that game, where
he'd be crucified.
Yeah, where he keeps going for it on fourth down. It's not working. The fake punt doesn't work. Kept putting his defense in bad positions in this game because you go for like the Lions could have been on their own 1 yard line, and it could have been 4th and 11, and Dan Campbell might have said, "Let's go for it." You know, like that's He just said like, "I don't care. We're behind. We're gonna keep trying to move the chains." And I think I know why Dan Campbell doesn't get any heat for it, Tom.
Because this.
Wear a diaper.
Rah, 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 rah.
Wear a diaper.
Rah, 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 rah.
Wear a diaper.
Rah, 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 rah.
Wear a diaper.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure you just cursed them, Perna. That was all. You put Goff on a shirt. Like,
No.
It's been downhill ever since. All right,
You
so
know
what
what's
do you
funny
think?
is-
What is the reason?
I was debating whether or not I should have the Lions and Dolphins flip-flop in my power rankings. But anyway. The reason is I think it's because of Dan Campbell's approach to the game, where there's this idea that you can go for it on fourth down. If you've got that, we're going to just beat you. We're going to make you submit to us physically. And that's like Dan Campbell's like approach to the game. So he is a football guy, right? He is a football dude. Fourth down, let's go for it because we're going to physically dominate you. Whereas Brandon Staley has the knock of being an analytics guy. So it's like jock versus nerd almost. And I think there's like those football fans who love it when it is like, we think our team is tougher than you, versus the numbers say we should go for it on fourth down. So when it doesn't work, the guy who's doing the analytics thing is going to get a lot more heat than the guy who's doing the let's just beat the piss out of our opponent approach. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I also think like you could get a little bit more nuance to be like, it's the justification. And what I mean by that is Staley, when he does it, it's like, oh, got bailed out there. Like all the analytics, like they work. But Dan Campbell, you just view him as a crazy person. Like he just has a crazy, like, rah, like, oh, he's just gonna go for it. He's just crazy. Staley is like using, so it's the justification as to why, or at least what the perception is. I think that makes a big old difference. And I think it's like, you could see Dan Campbell getting emotional in a press conference, and the response would be like, damn, that's a real dude. Brandon Staley gets pissed off about someone asking about the defense. You're like, God, what a weak person. So I think it's the perception of them is
it's really, results-based too. So if the Lions continue to do this and lose a couple more games, then Campbell will start to be criticized.
Sure.
The Chargers, they're the Chargers every year.
Yes.
And they're so close to being good, but just never really are. And that is, it doesn't change no matter who the quarterback is, no matter who the coach is. I don't know why we're even blaming Staley for any of their problems. It's just,
no, I mean,
who they are.
Like, he's supposed to be a defensive genius, and his defenses have been garbage.
Yeah, that's just how it is, though. Bring in the next offensive genius, and their offense is going to suck suddenly. Whatever the Chargers, they need a special teams head coach. He's got to have no specialty so that the team is finally well-balanced and even-keeled.
There you go.
Bring in a soccer coach. Oh, Ted Lasso. They need Ted Lasso. The reverse Ted Lasso.
Honestly, Chargers fans would probably welcome that. They'd be like, all right. Well, I mean, it goes to show, like, you look at some of these coaches, like a Ron Rivera, right?
What?
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
No.
It's Black Friday. You have a 30% off thing going on.
Yeah, I'm not here to promote my coffee, Tom. Benchwarmerbrew.com. I would never just sneak that in there. But I highlighted this because it feels like this is how much people trust me, Tom. No, guys, his coffee is actually decent. It is, unlike most of what he does, not dog shit. That's what I see. Anyway.
By the way,
You
there's
got
a
any
30%
merch
off
sales
sale
Tom?
going on for Benchwarmer Brew, and that does not benefit me in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, go
No.
support Perna. There you go.
No.
Anyway, I think like with Ron Rivera, he's a culture guy, right? He's a good head coach. Like I think he's solid,
Yeah.
but he's a culture guy. Like he was the guy who needed to come in for the Commanders at that time and be like, "Hey, we need to fix this." Okay. It is not. He does need to say War Games. Perna is probably not going to watch Survivor Series with me. The WWE pay-per-view tomorrow. Well, sorry.
Oh,
Premium live
tomorrow?
event.
We're doing our
Premium
Thanksgiving tomorrow, so.
Yeah. So, anyway, Ron Vera, culture guy. Brandon Staley was supposed to be like this defensive guy, right? Who's going to get brought in. When eventually, like Nathaniel Hackett, right? When he was hired by Denver, it was like, oh, maybe he'll bring along Aaron Rodgers, but he's going to help develop a QB. He's an offensive guy. Like, there's the guys that you hire for certain roles. And I think that Dan Campbell was that guy who just like brought that passion, energy, enthusiasm to what Detroit really needed to kind of take on that identity of being like, we're going to fight. It's going to be gritty, like all of this stuff. I do think as time goes on and the Lions solidify themselves as a good team, I do wonder if they start losing games because they get too risky or what have you. They start looking at Dan Campbell and they're like, oh, all right, well, maybe that's what we needed for right now. And I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon or anything like that. I could just see that once there start to be problems, like when you're a good football team, they're going to start looking at coaching and being like, oof, that's a problem. Because we're already looking at, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, are like, get him out. And so I'm wondering how things are going to go because we're bringing up like the Staley Campbell comparison. Right.
I think, no, and I think for the Lions, they're also the Packers were in the same situation, right? It's a short week. It's 4 days. Yeah. I think outlier games happen for teams on the Thursday games, regardless. Sure. And maybe that's even true for the Packers, not to like say that they can't be this good every week. So give them 10 days rest. We'll let them regroup. Mm-hmm. And I think every issue is just about their turnovers on offense. I think you can continue to be that aggressive, but in doing so, your offense can't keep coughing the ball up because then it's two things killing you. It's your offense turning it over, and then you're trying to make up for those turnovers by converting fourth downs or whatever, and you're getting a little over aggressive, and it's a result of how that game is going. Yeah. And I think Dan Campbell would have been wise to realize that things weren't really falling their way. Instead of trying to like get that play to change it, just punt it away a couple times, and maybe they're actually in a better position to win the game. But watching that whole game, even late when the Packers, I don't want to say they let up, but like Detroit was in desperation mode. Yeah. They still couldn't really fucking score when they needed to. They got a late touchdown, but like I felt like the last 3 or 4 drives, I'm like, okay, this is it for Detroit. Like if they get in here, they have a chance. And
now
it's
like,
game. Nope.
They also
they just got outplayed
clock
by the
management
Packers.
Was weird. Like there were last like they took a lot of time.
They
That's
just got
you,
outplayed.
By the way, Perna. You got a fitty.
Hey guys, my dad and I love watching your show, especially after a huge Cowboys win. Much love, Alaska.
Let's go, baby.
All he does is Nicholas win. We
ride and we die together.
No,
but yeah, we'll see. Who do the Lions play next? That's my question.
The waxing gibbous praise the moon. That is why the Lions lost.
I think. Oh, they play the Saints next. Okay, that'll be an interesting game. Lions have an easy schedule going out. They got Saints, Bears, Broncos will be tough.
The Vikings and the Cowboys.
Yeah. I think the Vikings we're gonna see kind of decline. That's my
Jefferson
thought.
comes back, dude. They could.
Maybe, yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but
I think it's a few things. I mean, like playing on Thanksgiving, the Lions are used to it now, but they were also bad for that amount of years. Like we have to also talk about that. The Lions were a very bad football team.
I think
since they've been on Thanksgiving. So I think that is also why. I mean, they almost beat the Bills last year on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So but I think it's not necessarily a Thanksgiving thing.
No, I think, the Barry Sanders documentary dropped this week, and in a touching tribute to Barry, they lost. It's like, oh man, we're remembering how good Barry Sanders was and how many times his team couldn't get it done for him. Let's not make him feel like super bad this week. And win and make it look like this is the team he should have played for. Let's lose one for Barry. I think that was the Lions' approach. Let's lose one for the Barry.
Yeah, well, that's also going to be, like, Dan Quinn is going to get another job in the NFL. Like, he's going to get a head coaching opportunity because what he's doing over in Dallas. And I always find it interesting because there are some times where, like, these coaches, like, they're phenomenal as coordinators. Like, they're really good defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators, but they're just not head coach material. Like, Nathaniel Hackett, I think, probably fits into that category.
He might not even be coordinator.
No, we'll see. I mean, he did some great stuff with the Packers. I mean, he did have Aaron Rodgers, right?
That's difference.
But I am curious to see, like, Staley getting that too. Like, Dan Quinn, he's going to get another opportunity. And we'll see, like, if they can be the guy again. So
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that, Nick. I get that. I mean, again, I think the Lions ultimately will be okay.
Yeah, they'll be.
But I'm just not gonna lie. This was a great win for the Packers. Like, good God, man. Like, nobody expected them to pull this off, and for them to come out and look like they did, and Jordan Love to play. Like, I was so happy. I haven't been that happy about a win since Week 1 against the Bears, and that was just because of all the crap that was talked before that. This one, I was like, damn, like, this was a complete game. Of course, there were mistakes and stuff, but, dude, Love looked like he was the guy, and that was super exciting. And like you said, all those young players who made all those plays on Sunday, too, and they did that without Jones, Musgrave, like Jair, Devondre. I'm just super happy.
Packers fans are in a much better place than they were a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Welcome to that club now, too.
Yeah.
Dude, our seasons are so similar. It's crazy.
They really are. Like, I just need the defense to be consistent like that all the time.
We both went into the season with limits on our expectations. I think both Broncos fans and Packers fans were like, look, we don't know who Jordan Love is. Broncos fans are like, we like that we got Sean Payton, but after last year, we don't trust Russell Wilson. We don't trust shit. Yeah. So let's just see what happens. Broncos fans immediately was like, oh, God. Packers fans win. Like, okay. Yeah. And then you came down. I think we were both at like, this season's over. Let's just get through the rest of the year.
After we lost to the Broncos, I was like, this is done now.
Like, yeah, it's as bad a football as like I've watched this team play in a while. And then the Broncos win 4 in a row. And now the Packers are on a couple game win streak. But it's not just that the Packers won. It's that Jordan Love he balled. He just flat out balled. And I haven't seen him do that like a complete game this season. So having hope again is dangerous, though, Tom.
Oh, I know.
Now my fear is, how is it going to be taken away from me? What bad man's going to come in and just rip my fucking soul out?
Speaking of, I do want to talk about this because the conspiracy theorists like online are phenomenal about this. So Jordan Love did not get turkey yesterday. He was the only one, like, out of all the games, because they made sure the Cowboys got it, right? George Kittle's walking away with one. And there's a couple rumors. One, that they only made a Detroit Lions turkey because they assumed they were going to win. I don't think it'd be that, though. But Greg Olson, who he said it was wrong, but I don't know about this, on air, there's a turducken that they give him, and he literally just sticks his hands in it and starts tearing it apart. And I'm wondering if that was the prepared one that was supposed to be for Jordan Love. Because when they're doing the post-game interview, like, he's like, yeah, about turkey. And he's like, we'd love to give you some, but we don't have any. And so he's just like, okay.
Did Greg Olson mess it up?
So Greg Olson said that was wrong, but Why did he get no turkey? That's all I'm going to say.
Man.
Why wasn't turkey given to Jordan Love?
Mm.
That's it.
Greg Olson's so good in the booth.
So, Hey, let's go, John. Yeah, we could talk about the Cowboys commies because that game was like close for a little bit, and then
And it wasn't.
So I want to legitimately ask you this because I think these are valid points.
Okay.
The Cowboys are dominating bad football teams.
Yeah.
They are dominating them. They went toe-to-toe with the Eagles, right? Do you think that it's still like the same old Cowboys? Because I have to say, first of all, shout out to Bland, dude. Like, the fact that he broke that record and the fact that he didn't get tackled at the end there, too. Like, I thought I was like, oh, well, it's a cool pick, but he's going to go down. They run into each other. But the
Commander's
thing,
offense has some tackling problems, is my take.
Yes. Tony Pollard is like, had 2 good weeks now. He had a touchdown on Sunday. Had another one. If they can get him going, because that's kind of been one of the big missing links from that offense, they could be like legit. Like legit.
We're going to find out over the next 5 weeks. This is the Cowboys play the real part of their schedule. They honestly, they remind me a little bit of the 2013 Denver Broncos, Tom, which was the greatest offense in NFL history. Okay? Greatest offense in NFL history. People like to forget that. They like to forget that Peyton Manning could throw the fucking football. But that's what the Cowboys are doing. They're not just like beating bad teams. They're beating the piss out of them. And they've done it a lot.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to win all of these tough games. That's just the NFL. But like, if they win half of them, then yeah, I think they're a little bit different. I think they're a better football team than they were last season. They're a more complete football team. There's more guys on offense doing it, getting like CeeDee Lamb. Sometimes he's unstoppable, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got Brandon Cooks in there. Kevontae Turpin's got a handful of TDs this year. They're getting plays from a bunch of different guys. Deron Bland is like got to be one of the best draft picks for the Cowboys in I don't know how long.
5th rounder too.
Like that was such a steal, and he's been fun to watch. 5 pick sixes is just insane. Like he just tied the record last week.
Yeah.
And in my power rankings, I said I hope he breaks it against the Seahawks, but he couldn't even wait for that game. So yeah, I think their defense is really good, and we'll see. We'll see how they get through the rest of their schedule because they've got their tough games, but they got 10 days. They got the rest too.
Yep.
And yeah, they're a fun football team to watch. You can like hate on the Cowboys. I get it, but they're a fun football team to watch right now.
And Dak was good.
Dak's playing fucking out of his mind.
He is.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep swearing, but he's playing very good football.
Sydney with a fake. Boop for the kitty. Listen. GG's.
Although,
GG's.
I have a take.
Uh-oh.
Cowboys are a bunch of thieves, Tom. You see them jumping into that Salvation Army bin and taking the food out of there and eating it?
They put that in there, Brandon. That wasn't
whose food? That was supposed to feed the hungry, Tom.
It was no.
And Dak Prescott and company are stealing food from the unfortunate. I don't like that.
Nope, it is not. Nope.
Actually, they should
Cowboys,
be in jail.
They actually
for
showed that they were giving out food to those who needed it, which was great. Which is
just
wonderful.
a sick Brett Favre impersonation. I don't like it.
Oh, wow. Is that a pancreas?
It is.
I'm recycling my own jokes.
I subscribe to this. That's what
Ooh. Wow.
Subscribe.
This one's for Tom, the vegan.
That's it. That's it. Oh, yeah, no, we know. Yeah, we talked about that. So, yeah, Del Rio getting fired.
Good.
Like, again,
He's
I still like Sam
and
Howell.
outdated.
No, he is. Yeah, but their defense has been bad for a while. They need to be fired last year, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
So, Ron Rivera will be gone at the end of the season, too. It'll just be like, all right, clean sweep. Let's see what we got.
Del Rio, to me, is just a great example of what's wrong with the NFL coaching hiring process. This is a guy who's just been around too long. His shit is antiquated, and he's got a job based on success he had a long time ago. And he was a good coach at one point. It's fine. But like when you talk about deserving people not getting opportunities to be coordinators in the NFL, it's because teams have no testicles and they just want to hire old ass dudes because they think it's the safe hire. Okay. And that's Del Rio. He shouldn't have. I don't like Rivera's like, I can trust this guy. That's why I'm going to bring him in.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about that. I can trust him. It just wasn't working. He was never working.
Who knows, baby? Who you know?
So now he's gone.
There could be a lot.
But yeah. So anyway.
Oh, they play on Thursday? Oh, they play on Thursday Night Football next week.
Okay. So just 7 days rest.
Damn. All right. Then did you
They
watch
got
that
it.
last?
Well, who do they play?
Dude, they eventually are playing the Dolphins. That game is going to be so great.
Oh, they play the
They're-
Seahawks on Thursday. They get what? That's another bye week.
Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins,
See, but
Lions.
That's a smart move by the NFL because you get a Thursday night game, but both teams get 7 days between it. So either way.
We talked about it a little bit. Yeah, but not a lot.
Yeah. Cowboys hype lives for one more day. Then they got the Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, and Lions. Ooh, Lions, Cowboys. That's when we're going to know if the Lions
That's what
have
I'm saying. Like,
gotten
that
it
game's
together.
going to be... Dude, that Cowboys-Dolphins game. Who wins that? We criticize both of them for just beating bad teams. Well, here you go. Somebody's got to win it.
Oh, that would be a good Super Bowl matchup.
No, they're playing already. They're going to play in a few weeks.
I know, but I'm saying if they continue.
It just ties 0-0. They just don't know how to score against one another. And they're just like, I don't know.
They're just the Spider-Man meme.
By the way, Jess. We want Jess. Did you win
I know.
any?
She didn't do picks yesterday.
I missed out on 2 because Gibbs didn't have 10 more yards.
I did a 2 yesterday and lost both. Sad. Maybe I did 3.
It was sad, unfortunately.
And she's busy with Carm this morning, or she would come down and do the picks.
We tried.
I tried to get her today. I really did.
I tried.
But she's being a mother. Sue her.
I wanted to. Yeah, did you watch that 49ers game though, dude?
On and off. Yeah, I saw enough.
It was brutal. It was a pretty brutal way to end Thanksgiving. Honestly, like it was not a good game. The Seahawks defense, like credit to them, like they did the best they could. But bro, it was bad. It was ugly. Yeah. It was very, very, very ugly. Oh, all right, here we go. Here comes Perna attempting to make something happen again.
Underdog Fantasy, sponsoring today's show. If you want to play Underdog, we got a link in the description. The QR code works. Just use our code GPS, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100, Tom.
I don't know if you became a pirate for a minute or you sound like a CD that was skipping.
All right. So we're doing pick'ems with Underdog. I'm picking higher or lower on fantasy points here, if you're unfamiliar. I wanted Jess to do these because I just wanted to see what she was going to take on Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle.
Yeah.
Who I really win. I really
his higher lower is 0.5 touchdowns. They're just like, is this guy going to even be able to throw a touchdown?
I went hard on Tim Boyle in power rankings. I have no faith in Tim Boyle. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he should be starting ahead to Trevor Siemian. That said, I think he will have more than 8.65 fantasy points.
I don't know if he's going to.
Okay.
Sexy ass disclaimer. Look at you just claiming.
All right. See, they're really betting on they're saying.
Like I'm telling you,
Dolphins
it is
defense,
not a fun matchup.
Now, Breece Hall's the only guy who scored like a touchdown for the Jets since October 1st, I believe.
I think he can score. Maybe.
Oh, God. I think Tim Boyle is going to realize Garrett Wilson is a good football player and just to get him the football. So I'll take higher on Garrett. Mostert versus the Jets.
Yeah,
see, this is what's gotten me in trouble all season, Tom, because I believe the Dolphins have a very good offense.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, do I pick the good offense against a good defense? And every time I guess wrong. So you tell me which two Dolphins I should go higher or lower on, Tom.
Dude, like, I go higher on Tua, and I think that's it.
Well, I got to do one more. I got to pick one more Dolphin.
God. Maybe Tyreek, but like, dude, I would go lower for somebody. Like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to run that well against them. I don't know, man. Like, it's such a bad matchup. It's such a bad matchup.
I'm going to go higher on Mustard.
Okay.
All right, baby. Dolphins. Dan Marino, we're number 13. So let's go $13.
$13.
Too
Wait,
low.
What's the high need any help? Can you ask them for help?
Huh? Oh. How do I win?
Oh my God, please.
How do I win?
That's true, Jordan. That is very, very true. Just be sure this is about a pick'em entry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes. Give me the secret sauce. Oh, okay. Scorchers. Don't forget the Scorchers, guys. You can up to 100x what you put in. So I could
not. No.
If I had some Scorchers, I don't have Scorchers because I'm in Colorado. We're going to go $45.
Jeez, I thought you were doing 13.
Hey, man, if I win, I got to win, you know? All right. We're going to see if I win this. Brandon, I'm going to leave the bot alone. I'm not going to bother.
$95.50.
I know. I'm getting close. I'm getting close to being out of funds. Might have to fire off an email to Underdog.
You're like 0-43, dude.
I think it's more. I think I'm at like 45.
Is it 45 now?
I might have done 3 yesterday. I can't even remember. I'm just like, oh God, the game's gonna start.
You're gonna be 0-50. Like yeah. it's gonna hit.
I went higher on McCaffrey. And then I got lower on Geno, correct?
There you go.
And then I went higher on Lockett and higher on Purdy. And Purdy had like 6 fantasy points, even though the Niners destroyed.
Correct.
Yeah. They just kept running the ball.
All right, buddy. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Let me bring it in.
I'm ready.
See, this is the worst week to discuss power rankings, though.
Because 3 games already happened.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, wow, you look dumb.
The only one I think we both are. You were low on the Lions, and you still might have put them too high.
I got so much crap in the comments. Lions at 7.
There we go. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only reason my power rankings will look dumb is because
that's 100% inaccurate. There's no way. Jesus effing Christ, dude. The best part is all I saw was 0.5s and the Broncos. That's all I saw. That's all I.
Now, okay, let me explain why I did the 0.5.
Where are the 49ers?
Niners are at 3. They're at 3.
Dude, I didn't even see them.
Yeah. See, now I probably would have had the Niners at 2. They're still not better than the Broncos, but they're a good football team, Tom. They're a good football team. Now, a lot of people wanted me to put the Broncos in the top 3 spots because I did 2.
Yes.
And, I'm like, this is getting too
normal.
No. Focused on the people who appreciate the chaos. And I got to think about everybody watching the show. Maybe somebody's never seen the show before. So I'm like, I can't have the Broncos at 3. Other people are like, he's going to put the Broncos at all 10 spots. So I compromise. I put them at all 0.5 spots. Now, the other part of that's very true is you could make the argument for the Broncos basically at any spot in the power rankings.
You can't make an argument for them at 1. You can't.
Oh,
No.
easy.
You
Beat the
cannot.
Chiefs, beat the Bills, beat the Vikings.
No. No. That's accurate.
Me and Kareem Jackson this year.
Yep. Okay. I need to feast my eyes on this.
Except for 9.5 went to Mike Tomlin for firing Matt Canada this week. So shout out Mikey.
That's
going
fair.
against the grain, outside your comfort zone.
So it's like trying to read between the lines.
I bet. Here's one question for you, Tom.
Yeah.
If you're doing your rankings today, would you have the Niners ahead of the Eagles?
No, I'd still keep the Eagles up there for now.
Okay.
But I think you can make a very strong argument for the 49ers being number 1.
Yeah, it's either way. Like the Eagles obviously have the best record in football, and they're a very good very good team. But I think we just see like the Niners when they're healthy and on their game. I'm not sure if there's a better team than them.
I'm legit struggling. Like legitimately struggling.
Oh, it's so hard to read. Welcome to me reading anything every day of my life, guys.
Brandon, that might just be a literacy problem. We can get you help, buddy.
I learned good.
So this was last week's Perna's rankings. And this do you see what I have been dealing with? From that to that.
I see nothing wrong. This is very practical. The Broncos,
so if you were doing
half
this today,
points, so I could just get in lots of little Broncos facts and stats.
If you were pretty much,
yeah, I'd have the Cowboys higher.
Would you have the Lions lower?
Oh, fuck yeah! You can't fumble and intercept back to back that many times. I'd probably put the Lions at 10, Jags at 8, Cowboys top 5, Dolphins. We'll see. We just got to see. Where are those Broncos?
I don't see them.
Dude, if the Broncos beat the Browns this week, though, man.
They're besides the absolute chaos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, besides the Broncos, like, it actually tracks pretty well.
Yeah, guys.
Because you have the Ravens at 1, 49ers at 2, Eagles at 3, Lions at 4, Kansas City at 5, then Dolphins at 6, 7 for the Cowboys, 8 for the Browns, 9 for the Texans, 9 for the Jaguars, 10 for the Texans.
Yeah, and you could flip-flop the Texans and Jags easily.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing this Sunday. It'll be really interesting. Yeah, no purgatory, no.
Yeah, I said it was a short week. I said no BS this week.
That is true. They aren't there at 1.5. You did, for some reason, just skip the 1, and it's been the 1 you've been doing.
Yeah, it was just, I had enough of my own shtick. I was like, this is enough. I was just trying to, like, this I get him up a day too late anyway, power rankings, and then with 3 games on Thursday, it's just like, I got to get this stupid episode done.
Because again, they lost HN, so like they're sticking around like the same spot at 7. So because I think like today will be an interesting game for them, but
like, my favorite thing, because I tweeted about Barry being best running back in my opinion. My favorite thing were some Dolphins fans like, what about Devin Achane?
Yeah, you should have put him in heaven. Could have healed him up.
Man, I just want to see. I want to see him. I want to see more Achane.
Certified don't ask those questions. It's a dark road.
Nobody can figure out the Broncos. That's why. That's why. And if we're just getting down to the nuts and bolts of it, I just wanted to use as many Broncos facts and stats as I could.
Yep. There you go. Do you want to
see? Scooter will never say the Cowboys are bad. That's the difference between Scooter and I. I think in terms of how we root for our teams.
19. Uh-oh. Did Perna freeze? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Perna froze. Hold on, now I can, like, change his name and everything, and he can't say anything. All right, there we go. Boomer Perna. Perna, is this okay? Is it okay that I say Boomer Perna? We're gonna do that. Wait, did the whole stream didn't stop, right? Hold on. Just want to make sure. We're still going? Okay, no, he's just frozen. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. I don't even know if he knows. Oh, wait, I can't even change his name. Damn it. Hold on. Boomer Perna. Save. Oh, wow, it's broken. All right, well, Brandon, how do you think the Packers should be in the top 10? Do you think? Don't say anything if you don't. Oh, it's just me now. All right, welcome to the GS. This is the Grossi Show now. Brandon's power rankings officially were so insane that his computer and internet was like, no, we're done. Perna said that he had enough of his own stuff, and now his internet has as well. So that is true, Adam. That is very, very true. But let's preview some games right now, because we're just gonna keep on going. Let's preview some games. Let's get on over to the pick'ems over here. Right here. Worst case scenario if Brandon calls me. Oh, I got a text message. Let's see. Internet died. Perfect. It's okay. Watch this. This is how we're gonna do the show. This is how we're gonna do it. First of all, we're gonna scroll on down. This is how we're gonna do it. So I'm Grossi. This is called improvising. Got it.
Hello?
All right, so we're previewing the games right now. So I'm gonna get them up on the screen so you can have them. Okay.
Oh, here. Wait, my internet just came back.
Okay. Well, it's too late now. No, the show's over. So.
Oh.
Anyway, so the Green Bay Packers. Oh, look! Only 5% of people picked the Packers. Guess who were part of the 5%? Your internet came back though, Perna?
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to get back in.
Hold on. I see A.
Am I
back?
Hey! Let's go.
Wow.
Got it. Gabagool.
I don't know if it'll still be streaming on my end. I apologize. My internet died. TV went out. It's snowing here, so I think it might have been an issue.
No, you're good. I mean, you're good. You're still streaming. You're still live.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so I actually forgot to pick this game. But I would have picked the Lions. I would have lost anyway.
Yeah, I count it as a loss. Okay. Listen, it helps. So I'm just saying there, a little check mark, 5%.
All right. Back in.
It's true. Beat the Jets. You'll climb on up. It's true. All right. Got that one right. You get this one right?
Let me see. I don't even remember. Yep,
Oh,
I picked the Cowboys. I picked the Niners.
49ers. Easy.
Okay. Dolphins. Got them.
Dolphins for today.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Dolphins.
We were done. Ooh,
I took the Saints.
You picked the Saints too? Okay. Oh, no. Now, should I be afraid that we have so many right
Yeah,
now?
you should.
I picked
we both took Cincy.
Now, Steelers fans should be really happy because I have not picked a Steelers game correctly this season. So I did pick the Bengals. Browning looked pretty good. And I think that, I think the offense, even though they just get rid of Matt Canada, I do think the defense of the Bengals should be able to hold it down.
Yeah, I believe so. Jake Browning played high school football in the same area Will Keys lives in, Northern California. So he posted a video of like a game where Browning threw like 1 billion touchdowns in a game, or his like one of his high school seasons was like crazy. So maybe he's not as much of a drop off as we think. Maybe there's a little hope there for dude. I honestly, the best thing that could happen in this game, Tom, is Kenny Pickett throws 0 touchdowns. Jake Browning somehow throws 6 touchdowns, which we have seen a backup QB do before.
Yep.
And he ties Kenny Pickett for touchdowns in one game. That's what I'm rooting for.
That's fair.
The fact that you picked him. Ooh. Oh, wait. Who did I pick here?
I wasn't
went
confident.
Tennessee. I went Tennessee.
I wasn't confident about it, but it was Titans. Yeah, I think this game, like the Panthers could definitely win this, considering how the Titans have looked lately.
Yeah.
But I think the Titans do have a better squad because it's just I think Bryce Young is going to struggle against that defense.
Okay, I took Indy. I went
Okay,
Indy
so
on this.
I did take the Buccaneers here, competing for a playoff spot. I think like Baker hasn't been the issue. I know there's been some issues on the defense, like looking at you, Devin White. But yeah, I got the Bucs here. So that's listen. All right, so we got one different now. One different.
Yeah.
Yep. No more Jack Del Rio. I picked the Patriots to win.
So did I.
I just think like Tommy DeVito throwing 3 touchdowns. That's all cool. Like they always beat the Commanders. That's great.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots have a better defense, even though they're a god awful team. I still think.
Yeah. One, Belichick versus rookie quarterbacks. I don't even care if you think Belichick's washed. I like that matchup. 2,
Yeah.
Belichick notoriously hates Italian Americans, and he's going against the most Italian quarterback we've ever had. So the fact that his prejudice towards Italian Americans is going to show. It's going to show, Tom.
Hold on.
Bill Belichick.
We need to
not
have a
a fan of
conversation.
Italians.
No.
Not a fan.
We need to have a conversation. Because the fact that this didn't happen when we were live on GPS is honestly one of the worst things that could have possibly happened. You bring up prejudice,
Yeah.
right? Can we talk about Jim Irsay, please?
Oh, God.
Can we please? Every game can wait. Can we please?
I forgot
talk
about
Jim
that. And that was
Irsay?
just a couple days ago. Jim Irsay's losing it, man. Just get off
Dude.
Twitter. And team owners shouldn't be on Twitter.
That should it? It should just be
Yes.
to retweet the main account. That's it. Great win
Yeah.
today, boys. Like that.
Yeah.
Dude, first of all, because it was just a rough day. Because Jim Irsay, a clip came out from an interview that he said that he was being prejudiced against because he was pulled over, because he was a white billionaire.
Yeah.
And
You know, our prisons are overcrowded with white billionaires because they're so prejudiced against. We're too prejudiced against the white billionaires.
so there was that. But then after that, and it got so much worse. It got so much worse. Because then he went on Twitter. And oh boy, I was just like, I couldn't. And the thing is, I've done a skit with him, like of being like an intern for Jim Irsay and stuff. And I was like, I want to make another one so badly. But, dude, first take, you're going to get your ass sued. Because there's no alcohol, no drugs. $29,000 is low for me to be carrying in 2014. Gave away $2,000, $10 to the homeless and need it on the street all the time and pass it on, making the world better. And you're like, okay, it's a little out there, but sure. Oh, see, he posted this before. Just saying, get a life, you fool. He's just an old man tweeting.
Yeah.
Right? Then he starts getting weird. Then he gets really sad. And I was like, okay, like that's some sad stuff. Then he starts talking about this, and that was interesting.
Yeah. I did not know he had a black mom.
Yup. So that was interesting. Brandon, is that the reason I picked against the Colts? No, but did it help? Also, no. That's basically that's basically there. Nothing is gonna help that.
Yeah,
hey.
he just played the it's like when a white guy says, "But I have a black friend, so I can say that." He used that. And he used it to criticize First Take because they were critical of him. It was weird. It was very weird. But okay, I get why you picked that. Who did I take here?
This is a close game. This one I struggled with.
I took Houston. I went Houston.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if the Texans won. I'm just saying, if we see the Jaguars that we saw this past week, Jaguars are going to win. I don't know if that's going to be consistent enough. But yeah. I'm thinking this is going to be a really good game, though. This could be like low-key the game of the week. I think it'll be good. This game is going to be good, too. I did pick the Browns to win.
Wow. You know why I like the Broncos in this game?
You tell me.
It's because we've been winning, and our offense has been playing so mediocre that the Browns defense, I think, is as good as the 2015 Broncos defense was when we won the Super Bowl. Like, they have a defense that's good enough to win them a Super Bowl, even if their quarterback's not playing well. Guess what, Cleveland? We've been winning weird ways anyway. Russ Wilson.
I agree with that.
Great in the red zone. Rest of the offense is just a little boring. We're averaging like 4.5 yards a carry, but we have 1 rushing touchdown on the season. Nothing makes sense. So I just like the Broncos not scoring many points, but still beating Cleveland.
Yeah, the Broncos, that's the thing. Whoever is going to win is like whoever's defense is better that day and makes the other offense look worse.
Yeah, the Broncos defense needs 1 touchdown. I think they need a touchdown in this game, and Denver wins. But
yeah,
it's going to be close.
I did pick the Rams.
Yeah, I got LA too.
Yep, pick the Rams. I think it'll be a close game, though. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals win. Pick the Chiefs.
Yeah. Sorry, Raiders.
I mean, dude,
I'll be rooting
going up
for the
against
Raiders.
that defense too. Like, I'm curious to see how the Raiders defense does against the Chiefs offense. But
I'll be rooting for you, Raiders. Trust me.
Yeah, I think that
even though I think
Eagles.
It might help the Broncos for the Chiefs to beat the. I don't know. Oh, I took Buffalo. I went out on a limb here. I went with Buffalo. Yeah.
That is a risky take. That is a
going with the Bills.
Okay.
Probably a homer pick. Okay. That's my second team. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Bills.
Pick the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think this actually could be a fun game, though. They're 2 very different teams. Like, I hope the Chargers offense actually starts going off a little bit, and then I pick the Vikings to win.
I went with the Bears.
I was wondering if you did. I was wondering. Justin Fields, I mean, listen, they went toe-to-toe with the Lions. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I'd be okay with the Bears winning. I'd be very okay with that. So
I want Josh Dobbs to win. I want Dobbs to win. I don't know, man. I just don't know yet.
I don't know what this
the
is.
ball again? What?
I don't even know what that is.
Perna Show.
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
Jesus. Yeah, I read that. I was like, do you have like a screaming ball that you introduce into your power rankings? I'm like, I wouldn't doubt it. It's just like it's a ball that has a mouth and is sentient and screams. Why do you have that?
My Uncle Mark gave it to me.
This, I'm assuming, was before.
No. Okay, so he's a Patriots fan. And this was something that didn't sell at a charity thing, or somebody had it and they just gave it to him. And then he was just like, you could probably use it for something. You want it? I was like, yeah, I do. I also have because of him, I have a Jay Cutler signed football, which is actually a better story. So we were in San Diego and they had a Jay Cutler autographed football at a Chargers charity event. And of course, nobody wanted to fucking buy that. No, because this was right after Cutler and Rivers had their feud and hated each other. But I think it was right after Cutler had also been traded too. But so I got a Cutler and a Hernandez.
I got you, Nelson. One step ahead of you. One step. I got you. Okay, that's interesting.
But
well, Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
Nothing. I dropped a Bryce Young. How bad is Bryce Young really video yesterday? So go check that out. We're very fair to Bryce Young. The Panthers, the more I looked into it, they got nothing. They got nothing to help him.
Oh, it's rough.
And he's also playing like the worst quarterback in the league. Yeah. Maybe you could argue Penny Kick. God damn, Kenny Pickett.
Penny kick it again?
Penny
kick it.
Yeah. But I'm working on one I might have up tomorrow. I don't know yet, but we'll see. So check out Bryce Young. I think Barks did a hell of a job. Will did a hell of a job. Big team effort. What do you got, Tom?
In 3 hours, I'm streaming the Black Friday game. This game.
Jim Irsay's like, I remember when we used to call it White Friday.
So, after streaming this game, this is true, I will have streamed an NFL football game every single day of the week. Because of COVID, that happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. So
Actually, Jim Irsay would be like, I'm the one who got him to change it from White Friday to Black Friday. That's what Jim Irsay would say. Yeah. I didn't mean to accuse him of being racially insensitive or racist. He's the most opposite of that per his tweets.
great.
Before Jim Irsay, it was White Friday.
I just want to say Jim Irsay, like I just brought up the tweets. I just showed the tweets, so when it comes to the lawsuit, that ain't on me. You would hope.
He's gonna sue me and not you.
See, I'll be streaming in around
Go
3
Colts!
o'clock. So I spilled it everywhere. So yeah, we'll be doing that, and almost. Did you even hear what I said?
What?
About me streaming today, and because of that, like I've streamed every day of the week now, a football game.
Ooh, yeah.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
I mean, look, I would have thought that already happened.
No, there's been no Friday games. Friday was the
yeah,
one I
but
was
you
missing.
Q&A every Friday, so technically, Angie do this show.
A football game. I was specific. Oh, I've streamed every day of the week forever.
Are you doing Q&A tonight too?
I'm probably gonna have an extension off of the stream.
Oh, okay, smart.
Yeah, because I did 2 games yesterday and 2 vids yesterday. So
Sorry.
I think
I'm
gonna
listen to you more. I got to be better at that sometimes.
Okay, that's fine. No one else does. I think I'm gonna probably have a skit if I can make it work today.
Okay. Is it going to be about Tony Romo getting all? Have you not seen the Romo clip?
Oh no. Is it the one that you keep posting about, or was that different? The 2 guys in one hole?
No, that was Mark Schler.
Which, by the way, if you have no context for that, Perna posted all over social media, and every time I open Instagram, I kept hearing it over and over again. Because on the call, he's like, can't fit 2 guys in one hole.
No, Dolly Parton performed halftime for the Cowboys in a cheerleader's outfit.
Excuse me. Yes, I did. I streamed that entire game. Yes,
Romo got a little excited about Dolly, so Jim Nantz had to try and deflect the conversation, move on from it. Basically, Jim Nantz had to be you with me when we're talking about power rankings.
Just pull it back.
But it's Tony Romo talking about Dolly Parton. Go check it.
Good for him. Well, folks, a happy belated Thanksgiving. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you later for the stream if you want. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination. Now go spend all your money on Black Friday. Rebecca Black.